It's Week 9 of the National Football League, and we've got the two teams who met in Super Bowl 45. It's the Steelers and the Packers, next on EA Sports.
It's the only fan-owned franchise here in the NFL. And tens of thousands of those fans have their cheese heads on, and it filled the stands of historic Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scotts alongside Brock Heward. And Brock, now that we're into the November portion of our season, we've got a pretty good picture of who both of these teams, at least who we expect these teams to be from here on out.
Yeah, no question about it, Kate. They're through the opening rounds if this is a boxing match, right? In this season-long fight. Early issues been worked through, or at least you hope so. And this is where they have to be in that groove as we push through the heart of the season. Any team with hopes beyond Week 18, they got to be figured out. Got to figure out who they are and what they are right now. Their biggest strengths and their most...
To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And away we go from Wisconsin. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. And bringing them out someone this defense is really going to have to keep an eye on, this mobile QB.
I think we could give them a pass from last week because they still found a way to win. And that's the ultimate job of a quarterback. But those interceptions, that's not what we're used to seeing out of him week to week. The 2 touchdowns, though, well, that's the bar he wants to hit each and every time out. And when he gets there, usually good things follow.
Finds his man, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. To throw here on first down. Called in left side. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Plowing up the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Pretty obvious, this defense, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they take him down right along the 30.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He's got it. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. They'll throw it again. Buys time, rolling. And he will score. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
That one splits the uprights. And the Packers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here are the Steelers now, taking over for the first time. And bringing them out now, a quarterback who really knows how to make something exciting happen.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And, of course, well, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
Throw reeled in by Thomas. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Back to throw. Freiermuth there to bring it in.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Throw left side finds Freiermuth. And he's tackled for a short gain. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Now looking to throw. That's complete to Wilson. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And that kick a little too well struck. He drives it into the end zone for a touchback. The Packers and their wide receivers set for this next possession. And we see that to this point, he's leading the NFL in touchdown receptions as we work through November and into our final month plus of play. Airing it out to start this drive. Into traffic, complete. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing from the gun here. St. Brown's got it. Complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 41. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be 1st down Packers.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
That's St. Brown working the sideline, complete. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 39. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Patrick Queen in to pick it off. And the Steelers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Wanted to hit his tight end there, but a defender anticipated it, got a hand on it, and it is picked off.
Yeah, I think this defenses today have figured it out. There's a lot of good tight ends, and they can be mismatch makers, so you better have an awareness and coverage of where those tight ends are. This defense did. And boy, what a big play to take that ball away.
The Steeler offense out and ready to go for their 2nd drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. So now here's 3rd and 5. 4th and 5. The Steelers set to punt it. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Now Pittsburgh's offense running back out for a new series. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, no, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. They go play action here. And the Packers are there. He's hauled down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Yeah, this defense is seeing a vulnerable offense right now, an offense that can't protect itself. First and foremost, before you do anything else, you got to make sure you account for everybody. And right now, this defender, well, he's taking this game over.
They'll bring out the punter here. And after that drive, backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. 3rd time they've called on him as he gets this away. It's a nice running on that return. He gets it up past the 35. This one returned for 11 yards. And the Packers will take over possession. They kick the running back in motion. Finds him on the slant. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down. Low him back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Back to the well again. And this one doesn't go far. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They've got 1st down from the 31. They're throwing it. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Patrick Queen in to pick it off.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Pittsburgh getting its offense all set to go. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. It's a gain of 22. And that's a Steelers first down. He'll throw it. Completed over the middle. And he gets it past the 50 and down to the Packers side of the field. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number one. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They're looking at 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it 2nd down. They'll throw it. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. Especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep it moving forward.
Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Pass play coming here. Finds a man right side. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Able to knock it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. He fields it from the 8. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. That one's incomplete over the middle.
Yeah, that ball looked good out of his hands. It just couldn't get through the defense cleanly. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
Second and 10 now. St. Brown there to bring it in. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First and 10 from the 41. He'll throw it yet again. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Patrick Queen in to pick it off. And the Steelers have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Now the offense getting set to go for the Steelers. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Second and 8. He finds Pickens left side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Here's a throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a pickup of 11. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And he's down inside the 35 before going out. Ball at the 33 for first down. A give now from the gun. And tough sledding for him. Only room to get it to the 30. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Motioning him from the slot right. From the 30 on 2nd down. Throwing deep. He's got it deep downfield. And got his man. That's a Pittsburgh touchdown. The Steelers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Will Lutz now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers push their lead to 3. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They've got first down from the 31. They'll run it from the gun. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 34. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. He's going to throw this one. That's caught for the first. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in-cut and make the catch.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Handoff now out of the gun. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face second and 10. Back to throw. St. Brown's got it. Complete. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be first down, Packers. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And he'll make the stop after a small push to the 34. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be second and 8. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on third down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down. We're to the 2-minute warning from Lambeau. The Packers likely kicking it here. The Packers sending out their special teamers. Field goal coming. This a 54-yarder. And he missed it. It's no good. And they are unable to tie up this contest.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Steelers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, first and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Completed here to Pickens. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s. Versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's first and 10. Pass play now. Dumped off to his running back. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They are throwing it again. This ball's caught by Pickens. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Dropping back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. 4th and 3, drive on the line. Throwing now from the gun. It's Pickens on the slant. And he's able to get this down to the 13. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. Catch is made in close. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll hand it to him again. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Bertolet able to knock it through. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That brings us to the break. The Steelers taking a lead into the visiting locker room. Now we'll get you down to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Well, the teams are ready. The fans are ready. Let's give the people what they came here for. We'll jump past halftime and get right back to the game. Here's a return from the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. Out comes Pittsburgh. Its offense has it to begin the 3rd quarter. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the 3rd. They'll run here on 1st down. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying the offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Caught by Freiermuth. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 48. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
The challenge with so many sacks is it just disrupts everything in the rhythm and timing of your offense. All of these negative plays. Hey, this league and this game is hard enough when you're on schedule. All of these sacks set you behind the chains. Well, you've seen how disruptive it is for this offense.
And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Steelers 1st down. play fake. He'll throw. Fits it through the middle. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Slot receiver headed left. Throwing now on first down. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 17. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Here he is on 3rd and long. 4-step. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that'll make it a 2-score game.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
He's going to field this at the 2. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Packers headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And I don't think we can really call these highlights, partner. Shall we just call them replays as we re-examine his performance so far in this one? 3 interceptions mixed in among his work. It's really limited a lot of what he's been able to do out there. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Throwing it to start this drive. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Right up the gut. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down. Looking to the air here. Finds Sanders. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run, break tackles, and get in the open field, they truly are some of the best athletes on the team.
Lone back gets the handoff. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. That stop made by T.J. Watt. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And they bring him down around the 34. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Putting the tight end in motion. Shotgun now on 3rd down. He has the first over the middle. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop was made. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And this is down all the way to the 3.
You'll often hear it said, in my life real-life experience, it's true. The NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a match.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Packers start the second half with some needed points. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Kicking team out to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Packers cut the lead down to just 2. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Fielded at the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Steelers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. That's complete to Wilson. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. All right, set now, 1st and 10. Setting up a throw. That throw finds Pickens. And he's brought down after a short gain. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They'll try and throw it here. Short pass brought in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you can take a lick at any time.
They'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Pickup of 2 here. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. Here's the one back on the handoff. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it. A familiar sight in this contest, Brock. He's out there again for another field goal try. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that grows the lead to 5. Here's Lutz set to kick this away.
Well, when we start discussing who their most dependable scorer is in this game, I don't think it's one of these skill guys, not even the quarterback, who comes to my mind first. I'm going to bring up this kicker. He's now a perfect 4 for 4 on field goals and contributing big time to this lead.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
New set of downs for him at the 38. On 1st down, they'll run. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Deshaun Elliott with that tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Another carry for him. This is ahead for about 5. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Packers football, and they know what they need to do, trailing here in the 4th. First and 10 from the 41. Hand off to the back. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Put the body on the line for his team. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Back to throw now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Looking for a throw here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. He's dropping back to throw. Throwing the out route complete. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal. Tight end going in motion here. Back now, pressure on its way. He goes back to him yet again, complete. It's a Green Bay touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
They give it to the back of the zone read. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Well, you told me this before, Brock. That decision, all about the math right there. 2-point lead doesn't do them much good. They wanted the field goal difference, but instead, the lead stays at 1.
Yeah, it's about math and it's about time because we're in the final frame of this game. Unless we go to overtime, and I don't think you and I would mind that too much. Now it's all about getting a stop here, and their defense has no margin for error. Got to keep them out of field goal range now.
The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. Has this at the 6. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. Here's the handoff. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back-to-back carries here. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead Did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Throwing on 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud cornerback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. Completed here to Pickens. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. And the Packers add a 5th DB out there for this 3rd down play. Motioning the tight end now. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Packers into a nickel defense, 3rd down. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this drive will start inside the 25. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Brought in right side. Free inside the 30. To the 10. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers take a 4th quarter lead. So that brought an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
They'll try this extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Packers jump in front now by 5. The Packers about set to kick this one away, and away we go again. This return starts at the 5. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative. And the best of them, they can look oh so easy.
Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. 1st and 10 from the 41. Throwing from the gun here. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 2nd and 3 now. From the 48. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? He's back to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Throwing it again here. Caught by his back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Steelers facing a 5-point deficit. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Still sticking with the passing game. This ball's caught by Pickens. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Steelers first down. Back to throw. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. He'll look to throw it. This throw is caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. The Steelers calling their first timeout. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Setting up to pass. And they will score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers have taken the lead late. George Pickens the touchdown. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now...
And he brings it in. That makes this a field goal game now. Well, it may be stating the obvious, partner. I do that sometimes often. But tight ends, such a mismatch this close in. And no surprise, they win his way for that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it's one of those guys, security blanket. Whether he's designed read or not, this quarterback knows that tight end's a great outlet. Why? Because often they're bigger and they're stronger. Even if they're double teamed, there's still that chance to get that entry pass, like a great post in basketball. You know how to finish.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Here he is to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. The Packers take their first time out. They motion the tight end over. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 43. Short pass brought in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. The Packers trying to hurry to the line. Here he is to throw. Pass taken in by St. Brown. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's its second. One of the tight ends in motion left. He'll throw it yet again. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Timeout taken by the Packers, their third and final one. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They send the tight end in motion. Got for big yards on the right side. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. First down from the red zone. It's intercepted. That will do it. Minka Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Steelers make the play that should win them this game. Oh, man, Brock, they decided to air it out in pursuit of a touchdown that time, but it's intercepted, and the visit to the red zone comes up empty.
And that one stings, Kate. It really does. You have a limited opportunity that looks in that close, particularly as we get through the second half. But once you get, you have to finish with points. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Steelers come in and take this on the road. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Green Bay.